And so when the second tower fell, I knew it was an inside job.
Yeah, it's just weird how like Osama bin Laden is the good guy now. It's just like it's weird how 25 years would change. Oh yeah, we're live. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for the Friday night movie club, and episode 63, I guess is what it says on there.
Ooh.
And we have people here to watch a movie that I'm pretty sure no one has ever seen before, but it's going to be a good one. I can guarantee you that.
Made in 1990, no less.
Yeah, I know, right? It's one of those movies that you probably never see again. There'll be obvious reasons for it, but as we get to the
I was going to say, that might be for good reason.
Yeah, there's like a lot of rapes in this film. We'll talk about that later. Hey, Sider, how you doing?
I am great. I'm still standing, by the way. I haven't been hit by any falling landing gear. So,
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Is that like a flat Earth joke, or it's just like? Yeah.
No, it's a Building 7 joke.
Oh right, because it fell on its own.
It got hit by landing gear, like it hit the corner, and the whole thing was like fell over.
Mm-hmm. There was a meme I saw on Twitter where it was like, "Oh, that awkward moment when BBC announces the collapse of Building 7 before it actually happened." And it's like, I don't know if it's a meme or not, but even if it wasn't, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
And they're technically ahead in time. You know what I mean? Like they're technically
exactly.
ahead in time. Like it's not like that's old footage, right?
Mm-hmm. It's like, oops, forgot to rewrite that one. We'll just pour that under the rug. Rick, how you doing tonight, Rick?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm eager to see the Harvard production of Springtime for Hitler, which is probably their idea of actual historic fact.
It's 2023. Bin Laden's a good guy. We're doing plays about Hitler. We're in a great place.
Who did you say was doing that?
Harvard. No, I'm not. I'm being facetious, but at this point,
no. Are they actually doing that? That
was
no. They might as well. They might.
Oh, okay. I was like, I believed you.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, well,
so they might as well.
We're so screwed up. We didn't even realize it was a joke. It was just like,
right. It's part of the Free Palestine thing, right? They're gonna do a Springtime for Hitler thing. In the end of it, he holds up a banner that's free Palestine.
They'll have the big banner that says "Queers for Palestine."
Right. Swifties for Palestine, right?
Yeah, I made a post earlier today saying that if Hitler came back today, he started speaking out against Israel, I'm pretty sure half the world will at least support him. We've gotten to that point. We'll be like, hey, no, he's making some good points about Israel. Like, that's pretty much where we are right now.
Those people with the Palestinian flags doing donuts in the middle of Times Square probably wouldn't disagree with him. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, this isn't the most they ever went is Mussolini made the trains run on time, and that was his quality. that
Well, the
he
trains run on time in Japan, but I think that's for a vastly different reason.
Yeah, exactly.
well, Hirohito
Uh,
got them,
well-
he got them to do their jobs.
Also, joining us on this lovely show here tonight,
War
having nothing to do
crimes.
with
Special guest tonight. War crimes.
no, even better. We got Eddie Brock here tonight. How you doing, Eddie?
The
I'm a
human war
walking war
crime.
I'm a walking war crime.
There he is. What the hell you got on your face? Oh, it's a headband.
It's a headband.
Mm-hmm. You have to fix up his
I thought you were like
Yeah,
Geordie
I'm okay.
LaForge for a minute there.
Or
but,
you
like,
all.
he fixes his hair. He comes on stream to fix his hair. They make mirrors, Eddie. You know that, right?
Nobody pays attention to me. How come why was I such a simp on the show?
Yeah, you're
You were
like
the
you're
black
about to
character.
threaten. Yeah, you're about to threaten a bunch of women for there's a whole bunch of things going on right now. We're just living full clown world like at the moment. People are just like
Mhm.
we're in a world of 2023 where people are reading letters from Osama bin Laden and crying like their dead father like wrote them a letter and they just found it. Like this is just where we are.
It's only been what 20 some odd years since 9/11. The whole generation apparently has no clue.
Look,
I'm like,
Look, he loved anime. He had a Nintendo GameCube. He was
Yeah.
human, guy.
What
They
was his
killed him
favorite-
while he was watching anime. I love it. It's just, they killed him while he was
Right.
watching anime.
he had his own Pokemon.
Yeah. I just killed him while he
It's
was
a cuddly
There's that one
side.
picture,
It's a
like, there's a
cuddly side
picture-
of jihad.
Right.
Yeah, there was
Well,
a-
I
there
mean,
was
don't
a
they have
cuddly
they
side
have
of
like
Bin
Islam
Laden.
animes and stuff?
Yeah. There was a cuddly side of Bin Laden that we can all appreciate there. So I want to start off with this because speaking of the Jews, and I know that this has like nothing to do about the actual topic that we're talking about here tonight, but
Because
I-
they're Jews,
I
like the
literally-
Jews.
I
we
literally
have
made this.
entered the Sabbath at this moment.
Exactly. They're offline. They can't hear this. So so like today I made a post about the Century News about the Thunderbolts and Marvel and all that good stuff. And I just made a very, very simple post about, and we'll talk about it here just in a second, about how they got the actor who plays Glenn in The Walking Dead to play Century, who's essentially Marvel's version of Superman, except for with super long blonde hair. And they got the guy from Walking Dead, the Asian dude from Walking Dead, to play that. I was like, oh yeah, that's great. Like there's another bad decision for the everlasting bad decisions from the MCU. And then some guy on my timeline just decided to go full on, oh, this is just another proof of the Jews trying to erase white people. And I was like, how did you even make that connection from what I just said? It's like,
Well, don't
like
they
literally
apparently
went on a full-fledged diatribe about the Jews because they casted Glenn from The Walking Dead as
Right.
Century in this Marvel movie.
don't they control Hollywood? Is that his rationale?
you according to Joe Biden, they do. So he said that out loud in a speech to the Jewish Assembly of America.
Well, yeah.
Yes. Anyway, the great reply
I
to
follow
that
anything
is-
Marlon Brando says.
No, yeah, it's a hash. Here's a great reply to that. Hashtag stop Asian hate.
Yeah. But which
Absolutely.
which one's higher on the ladder? Stop Asian hate or stop anti-Semitism? Like which one is higher on the totem pole? at
That's
this
the
point?
joke. You'll leave the SJWs beside themselves. They won't know what to think. Like, wait a minute. It's because Glenn's an Asian that this guy's mad, but he's complaining about the Yamaha people putting them in place. And then, but
Mhm.
this guy said stop Asian hate, and he's black. And I, they'll
it's like
explode
one of those-
Jacob. They'll just
it's like one of those like Looney Tune cartoons where like the robot tries to process what's going on,
Yeah.
then his head just explodes.
you see the smoke come out and the gears are popping out of the side, springs and shit. Yeah, it's just like that. That's how you get them. Is you just fry the mental gymnastics they have to do to either hate you or like you, you know?
So anyway,
Well-
this is the story. Robert Kirkman claims that Marvel Studios will race swap Century with actor Stephen Young. So this is something that has been rumored like months ago. Like this isn't technically new news. Like this was reported, I think, about 4 or 5 months ago that they were going to lean this way towards Century. Now, like I said, look at the picture on the right and then look at the picture on the left and then tell me how in the world this is possibly going to work. And
with a wig, or he dyed his hair and it grows out longer. He goes to the gym.
isn't he like 5'7"? Like,
Oh, he's our
correct me.
height.
Hmm?
He's our height.
Yeah, you're gonna have him being
Our
flying
height? What are we talking about here, pal?
Oh, you didn't know you
Our
guys were
height?
5'7", bro?
You and me.
I'm
sir.
5'7", pal. Okay,
Isn't that what he said?
Mhm.
5'7"?
I am. I'm 5'7".
So am I. That's why it's
Yeah.
our. And so is Steve Young. So we're all 5'7".
He's that height. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I
He-
gotta figure this out here too.
I'm the tallest.
Yeah, you're the tallest guy in the stream with the worst connection. You got
Well,
it.
wait, how tall are you, Eddie?
He's 5'9".
Oh, he's actually taller than we are.
Steven Yeun is 5'9". So if they put
Allegedly.
him in boots that give him about this much of a lift.
He might
then
he
they
might be
put him on a
5'9" in
box.
shoes, but I think he's like 5'7.5", maybe somewhere around
Well,
that
you
line.
give him risers about this thick right on his boots, so it looks kind of natural, like those DeSantis risers in his boots, right? He'll be all right. He'll be good. He'll be all right.
Oh man. So yeah, he's gonna be Century.
It's that kind of stream, folks.
We started off the rails. We ain't going back on.
Where we're going, we don't need monetization.
Yep. The creator of The Walking Dead and Invincible recently claimed that Stevie Young will play Sentry in the upcoming Marvel Studios movie. This is probably why no one cares to even watch this, because why would you waste? I don't know. It's just dumb. While responding to the question of a reviewer live stream, was it artist David Flinch? He asked about Sentry. Kurtman said, "My good friend Stephen Young is playing Sentry in the movie." He elaborated. He called me. He went through the costume fitting. I don't think that this is a spoiler or anything that'll get anybody in trouble. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I don't care. I don't work for Marvel. What they're gonna do to me? He said, I'll just come back. I just came back from the costume fitting for Century. I guess I only do superheroes that are blue and yellow. And Kurt added that the costume fitting was like, oh crap, I forgot the Invincible was blue and yellow as well. So it was a reference to another character that he did here. So, I mean, if you were expecting Century to be like, this 6'5" Thor-like looking Hulk with it's super jacked,
This
and
6'5"
mentally
beautiful Aryan man.
yes, literally a Nazi experiment come to life. Yeah, well, unfortunately, you're not gonna get that. You're gonna get the guy who got his head bashed in by Negan, and then this is the rest of the cast that is in the Thunderbolts movie. You have Julia Louis-Dreyfus playing female Nick Fury. You have the biracial Ghost character. You have this dude who I'm pretty sure is like a communist in real life. Florence Pugh.
And in the movie too.
Yeah,
I mean,
Florence Pugh. You have quite literally discount Captain America here, and then Taskmaster, who's also a woman, and not even a good-looking woman either, just a completely deformed woman. That's Thunderbolts in a nutshell. So, Eddie, I guess we can start off with you. How much money is Marvel going to get from you for this movie?
They're going to get absolutely all of my money. Thank God I'm poor, because I can't give them very much. And this movie's going to stink, and I'm not looking forward to any of this. And I don't like I don't like the multi.
Bye, Eddie.
The Masters of the
Multiverse.
Yeah.
And I think it's worse than Pedro Pascal being.
Oh yeah, that was the other screenings. So I think they tried to back off of that a little bit, saying that, well, it's not confirmed that Pedro Pascal is going to be Reed Richards yet, but it's it feels like they were trying to throw some leak out there, hoping that people are going to get excited. And there was everyone absolutely shit on this idea. It's well, you're too late. You made your choice. So good luck with that one, dumb losers. Rick, I'm pretty sure this is crushing news for you, someone who's such a massive MCU fan. But what do you think about the Century news, and what do you think that motivates Marvel to just make one bad decision after another?
I don't think I think they think that people will gravitate. They'll gravitate to an Asian male lead, because apparently, Shang-Chi was, again, another turning point for the MCU. So we need more Asian representation. We need more, I don't know what kind of representation we need. I think they do it because they know they can get away with it, and the more people call them on it, the less they care. that's pretty much my simple take on it. Hold on, guys, I got a call.
No, okay, we lost Rick there. So, Cider, do you want to play the role of Rick and tell me about how excited you are about this movie?
Uh, I Love Lucy is a very important contributor to the movie,
I
and
thought you
will
were gonna say,
surely.
like, taco burrito or something like that. So
I love
No,
Lucy.
no. I live in Maine. I don't
Lucy!
speak Spanish.
Lucy, you have some explaining to do.
See, this guy gets it.
Ay, 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 ay.
Yeah,
Even
no.
got the Ricardo rolling the R's too.
No, I really think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to beat James Gunn to Superman. That's honestly what they're trying to do. Stephen Yeun is just somebody that has black hair, and I think that's really what they're motivated to do here: is slap an S on a guy that's strong and flies and has a cape, so they can beat James Gunn to Superman. And Sentry's just a dumb character to begin with. I absolutely hate the character of Sentry. It's the stupidest thing in the universe that this guy with split personalities.
He's like mentally ill Superman, right?
Well, it's not even that. He's like the idealized version of himself. Meanwhile, he contains the most powerful, deadly, horrible force in the universe. That's worse than the devil. It's worse than Galactus. It's worse than Thanos. It's called the Void, and it's absolutely unstoppable. It's the most horrible thing, but it's inside this dork. And he's not even like a good Superman. He ripped Thor in half, Ares in half once, just because he was pissed off about the siege on Asgard. Like,
But
guts
you
and
can't
all
see
everywhere.
Glenn from the Walking Dead ripping a Greek god in half in a movie. You can't see that visual happening.
Sure, why not? CGI made Ezra Miller look mildly less child rapey, so.
Hey, they gave Brie Larson a butt in the last movie, so I mean they can do anything.
Right. See, that's the thing. See, this is the thing. I want to know the CGI guy that got put on there. I want to know what he went through. I want to know if he had like an alcohol problem afterwards, if he's taking up drugs, what's going on? Has he found Christ?
Like 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
Yeah, right. Like you're not gonna believe, man. Holy.
He was
he talks like Krusty the Krab.
He was overworked, that's for sure. And trying to rush things into production.
There's like a support group for people who had to do the jiggle physics on Brie Larson's fake butt. There's like this whole support group.
You know? Meanwhile, he's sitting outside on the roof talking about how he missed his kid's 3rd birthday.
Right.
I'm not a woman.
You remember Roger from The American Dad, where he'd put his leg up on the window and smoke a cigarette watching the sunset. It's like 82 hours this week working on that left cheek, and it still doesn't look right.
Yep.
How can a fake butt look faker?
And then you can see him looking off in the distance. He's calculating in his mind if he can jump over the suicide net. Right. He tries, he can't.
Right. The Disney suicide net, right? So like in between the little weaves, they've got the Mickey Mouse head, right? Holding the netting together, right? So it's all branded.
Every time you jump off, every time you jump off and succeed, you hear the sound. Yeah.
No. You hear Mickey. Not this time.
Not this time. You're gonna work for us forever.
Forever and ever. Get back to that butt.
It's just great. Everything's great. I don't know.
It's wonderful.
Like,
and Echo's coming.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting more and more representation now, and I'm sorry, I have to take a call real quick, but now that we have Asian, yes, we got Asian representation with Steve Yeun as Sentry. We now have Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, and we're going to have Echo, the ultimate representation, the one-legged, deaf, mute, potentially lesbian Native American. So we're running through the whole gamut here, and ultimately, I think they really believe that they want that little Asian American children are going to look and say, "There I am, reflected at last." And little Chilean American children are going to look at Mr. Fantastic and go, "There I am, represented at last." And
he looks just like me.
Yeah, deaf, mute, potentially lesbian, one-legged Native American girls will look up at Echo and say, "I'm finally up there on screen."
Did you guys see this lie that some Disney insider has pushed out about Echo and Daredevil? Now keep in mind they scrap Daredevil entirely. They need to rewrite the entire thing. But somebody snuck out a rumor out there that, hey guys, Echo and Daredevil is going to lead into Spider-Man 4. Isn't that going to be amazing, guys? It's like, if you believe that, you are an absolute mark. One, Echo sucks, and they know it sucks. They're not going to hype that into anything because they know no one's going to watch it. Two, they have to reshoot all of Daredevil, which means they have no plan on what Daredevil's even going to look like. And three, so that's Sony who owns Spider-Man, so MCU wouldn't be leading into a Sony-owned property at this point. So none of this makes any sense, but of course they're trying to get the dopes on social media to get hyped about these garbage products again.
Well, the story that I had heard, and I don't know if anyone else heard it, and if it's even right or wrong, is that Tony Stark Jr. is finally going to join all the others. Like, he's going to interact with Venom, and he's going to interact with, I don't know what other things, so that more children and grown men who think like children can celebrate their Arrested Development even more. I don't care. I honestly don't care, and I'm puzzled as to why. I as someone who unironically loved Rise of the Silver Surfer and got the 2-disc collection. The 2-disc, yes, I did enjoy it. I never once cared that Reed Richards did not look like me. It was completely irrelevant. I don't understand why so many people are adamant that the characters have to look like them. Why? And I also wonder, assuming that Pedro Pascal really is cast as Mr. Fantastic, I know that's the separate genre or separate companies, but won't fans be confused that Maxwell Lord from Wonder Woman 1984 is now Mr. Fantastic? Won't they be like, no, that doesn't make any sense. He was fighting Wonder Woman. Now he's joined the first family of comic books, and he's out there with the Thing. Like, I'm confused because people really do think that they can't have actors play two different roles in different companies. They really need to have something explained to them. I worry, but I'm sure his generation's Roger Ebert will love it.
I don't even know which person you're referring to anymore. Use that line so much, but it's like,
could be anyone.
It's gotten to the point now where it's like I said, when we were talking about Marvel, it's like, you've disappointed us so much, like we don't even care anymore. It's like when we hear like these news, like, hey guys, we're gonna have a Wolverine and Secret Wars. Isn't that exciting? It's like, no. Absolutely not. Like I said, you've killed it. Like, every single announcement you guys have made has just been one bad decision after another. And like I said a couple of days ago, it's like, if you were to take a test where you tried to get every single answer wrong, it would be statistically impossible to get every single answer wrong, even if you tried. Right? And somehow they're just making every possible bad decision you could possibly make to suck out any of the joy and interest that they have in this thing. And I wonder why they're losing $200 to $300 million a pop for every movie.
Well, wait a minute, Jacob. What about that wrestler who got every question wrong on Jeopardy? I mean, statistically, that would be impossible, but it has happened.
Fair enough. Becky Lynch is such a stupid moron that she went on Jeopardy and somehow got all 60 questions wrong on the Jeopardy, proving that she's barely smarter than a professional window licker. But it makes sense because she's also a big lefty too. So
I do wonder though if all of these casting announcements are not quite a sign of desperation, but a sign of, well, pay attention to us. And look, now we're finally going to get the Asian century, and now we're going to get the Chilean Reed Richards. You're finally going to
it's
get
like
something
Global
new.
Guts, but it's worse.
Yes, it's not. I mean, it's really just petering out. People don't care anymore. Yeah, I can't see the enthusiasm. Though I'm sure Echo will revive the fortunes, and then we've got the Young Avengers. I'm sure that will also inspire new generations to thrill to Marvel. I guess. I don't know. I don't know any people.
I'm much more excited over Cider's remake of I Love Lucy, putting in the Fantastic Four as the replacements, because that'd be fantastic. Just
Yes, that's what I
Fred
did.
is, Fred is the thing. Oh, I'm gonna hit her, Rick. Don't do that, Rick.
Who would Ethel be? I missed that.
Ethel would be the Human Torch.
No. Ethel's the blind chick. Remember the blind chick that fell for what's his face there?
But
the thing.
Ethel doesn't love Fred.
Who the fuck are you? What are you talking about? What?
Ethel doesn't like Fred.
She absolutely does. Who would put up with Fred? I mean, you have to love Fred to go to bed
Well,
with
she
him.
kind of.
She kind of Fred and Ethel fucked, man. You know they fucked.
Well, I don't know about that. They didn't have any kids.
No, I don't think they did. I think they were. She married him so that she could go on the road and do the tours, because they were part of a stage act.
I now know how Mike from Red Letter Media feels when he's just sitting there drinking his beer with a sad face.
But he's usually the one that starts conversation like this. This is the problem. You're both Mikes right now. You're experiencing Mike, and you are feeling like Mike. By exception.
And just for the record,
we need a warehouse.
Vivian Vance spent most of her life in Albuquerque, which is about 4-hour drive from El Paso.
Is that who Ethel is in real life?
Yes, Vivian Vance.
Oh.
Vivian Vance.
And when William Frawley died, the actor who played Fred Mertz, she said, "Champagne on the house for everyone."
Yeah, they hated each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how I feel about that.
All around me are familiar faces.
Yeah. You know what I need to lift up the spirit of this podcast? We need to go back to a time where being addicted children was actually encouraged, and we were better off as a society for it. So I got a clip here that I want to show you guys from an old 1990 Nickelodeon show. Some of you guys probably remember. It's called Wild and Crazy Kids. And they decided that they were going to play a little game of Simon Says. And this guy was, I like to call, an absolute dick to these children. And it was absolutely amazing. So let's watch a little bit of this show. Get us back to the mindset of a better time. Here we go.
Okay, Simon Says everybody scream! Simon Says everybody laugh!
The kid in the corner is not having any of this.
Yeah.
Ever played this game before? It's called Simon Says. And as soon as I'm finished yapping,
For the record, all of these kids now are, what do you say?
Cuba Gooden Jr.?
Yeah.
Omar Gooden, so his brother.
Oh.
Make him do all kinds of zany things. Now, at the end, there'll be only one winner and one tired instructor. And
Dave Meltzer's not having it.
Play too.
Let me explain to you the rules of my game with Simon Says. Simon Says, I'm gonna play Simon Says.
Why does this guy look like the guy who plays Nightmare on Elm Street?
When Simon tells you to do something, you must do it without hesitating.
Yeah.
For example, if
Kinda
Simon tells you
does.
to raise your hand and you guys go,
It makes a Robert Englund and Julie Lewis.
you're out of my game, 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 out of my game. Simon Says you are not allowed to hesitate. Simon Says, second rule of Simon Says is you're not allowed to do anything except breathing voluntarily.
They should got the Micro Machines guy to do this.
Simon Says is when Simon tells you to do something, gosh darn, you've got to do it. Nice and loud and clear. Everybody pay attention. Do you understand the rules of the game?
What?
Good job. Thank you. Out of my game, out of my game, out of my game. Thanks for playing. Simon asked that question. Go to your seat. Simon asked the question. I already said we're playing. Thank you. You go to your seat. You're confused. You go to your seat.
Get out of here!
Hey, get a real pair of pants. You're out. Thanks for
Yeah,
playing.
you dumb kids. Stop being stupid, you dumb kids. You lose. You get no chocolate factory.
Thanks for playing.
Get the hell out of here.
Quickly, we don't
Get
have
out of
time.
here.
Quickly, please. Quickly, fill in the gaps. Quickly, fill in the gaps. Thank you very much. Thank you. Out of my game.
You don't even get to fucking keep the shirt. Give it back. You're too stupid for the shirt.
He sounds like an auctioneer.
Yeah, I know, right?
You're still in. You're confused,
You
kid.
know
This
he does
guy
the same-
glares at decaf coffee in the supermarket. I guarantee you, he glares at it.
Out of my game. Thanks for playing.
He plays this exact same game at the strip club he works at.
Simon asks a question. You must answer it. Simon says, do you understand the rules of the game?
Yes!
Louder.
Yes!
Out of my game.
He like lets go of the microphone and just takes one of the kids out and don't. You're out of my game. I told you you're out.
Don't cheat. Thanks for playing. You're out. They saw you.
Me? The fuck out of here. Stupid haircut.
Quickly over here, quickly. Everybody go to the other side.
This
quickly,
is
please.
child
Come on, let's
abuse,
go.
dude.
Quickly, quickly,
These
quickly.
kids have trauma
Okay, you
after this.
two
That kid
steps.
didn't even know what to do.
You're out.
He was trying to get away.
Okay, Simon says now.
He was
Simon
just
says,
trying to
don't go
get
the other
away.
side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of my game. Thanks for playing. Gotta just say it. Out of my game. Thanks for playing. You took a step. You're out. Thanks for playing. Don't cheat. Okay.
Don't
Good
cheat.
job.
Don't
These
cheat.
are gonna be our good
Don't
players,
cheat.
folks. Now it's time to pick the winner of the game. Simon says the winner is always going to be the youngest person on this stage. Simon says, how old are you?
7.
Simon says 7 years old. Simon says if you're younger than 7 years old, Simon says raise your hand. Simon says if you're younger than... Oh, babe, we're going to get to you later. Simon says younger than 7, it's okay. We'll get you back. You're so pitiful.
Whoa.
We'll get you out anytime. Simon says get back in there.
Get back in there, honey.
Get
I
back
can't
in there,
hold you.
babe. We'll get you later.
Simon says 8 is younger than 7. For that, you're out, kid. Thanks for playing. Get out of here. Go back to math class. You shouldn't be here in the summer. Okay.
He's an Asian kid.
Now,
Oh,
Simon says
no.
every time
Oh.
you're younger than 7 years old, Simon says raise your hand. Simon
But
says,
he's
younger
got
than 7,
Sentry,
raise your
so
hand. Good. We
that's
have a winner
okay.
over here. Simon says, what's your name?
Going to be
Simon says, Eugene, come over here with me, quickly. Simon says, Eugene, sit
It's okay,
right over
Eugene.
here.
He's
Simon
just gonna
says,
beat the
Eugene,
shit out of you in
sit
front of
in
your
the chair.
friends.
Simon
That's
says,
all.
"Sit in the chair."
It's Glenn! No, Glenn, don't give him the chair!
Simon says, Eugene, listen very carefully. Simon says, I want you to just sit there, okay? Simon says, you're going to win the game. Simon says, just sit there. Simon says, don't play. Simon
I'm
says,
gonna go get a
"You're gonna
bow and
win,
arrow.
kid."
We're gonna put an apple
Good,
on your
answer,
head.
roll on the stage
And
real quickly. What's your name? I'm gonna ask you, out of my game, out of my game. out of my
Simon
game, out of my
says
game.
if
Thanks
you
for playing.
flinch, you're
Simon, what's your name?
dead.
Daniel.
Simon said, bring out the gimp.
Daniel.
Al, thanks for playing. Out of my game, out of my game, out of my game. Thanks for playing. Okay, everybody else, fill in the gaps quickly, please.
But wait, that kid already won. What are we
You shot
doing?
it out of my game. Thanks for
Why
playing.
are we still
Okay, now
playing
come on
this
in. Simon says, come on in. Simon
I
says,
don't
the
see
line right
these
over there.
kids as
Good
wild
job.
or
Now, Simon says,
crazy,
fill in the
so
gaps.
I'm
I know. This
puzzled.
guy's a bit
You
crazy.
hesitated and they all did. You're out. Thanks for
Maybe
playing.
that
You're
was
not
the
allowed to
goal,
hesitate. Simon
right?
says,
This
fill in the
why
gaps.
the crazy adults.
You hesitated
You
also. Out of my game.
hesitated?
Thanks for
I
playing.
caught you flinching.
The cheaters
You
out
had
early.
two
Okay,
for
good. Now
flinching.
getting somewhere.
He keeps
Simon says,
touching their
Simon says, what's your
heads.
name?
That bothers me. I don't like
What's your
this.
name?
Stop touching the
What's your name?
children. Don't do
I
that.
don't like. Yeah, don't touch their heads.
Snap your fingers in their face, okay?
Away. You're doing great, kid.
Don't touch their heads. Don't sniff their
Simon on the
hair.
side of the stage. Simon says, we'll go to the young lady in her underwear over here. Simon says, what's your name?
Nantia.
What?
Nantia.
Out, Nancy. Thanks for playing. You're out of the game. Thanks for playing. Simon says, what's your name?
Omar.
Like, we don't know that. Simon says, get your hands out of your pocket.
You're the only
Omar.
black guy here,
Simon says, relax.
jeez.
Simon says, drop your hands.
Get your hands out of your pockets,
You're out.
Omar. We know what you're
Okay.
doing, standing next to the blonde chick.
Isn't that what they said right before they shot the brother minister Malcolm X?
You're gonna win.
Get your hands out of my pocket.
Stop touching the children.
You are not allowed to hesitate. Simon says, put your hands up in the air. Simon says, good. Simon says, put your hands down. Put your hands up in the air. Out of my
Yep.
game, out of my game. Thanks for playing. Simon says, we'll try one more time. Simon
This
says,
is
put
the
your hands up in
gym
air.
teacher
Simon says,
that you
shake your
don't
hand.
say goodbye to when you
Keep shaking your hand.
graduate,
Jump up and
right?
down.
Yeah,
Simon says,
exactly.
jump up and down.
You leave school, you never see him again.
Exactly. You don't even make eye contact at the grocery store when you come back at the reunion. You know, you just
Okay, stop
What's the
jumping.
teacher doing at the
Out of my
reunion?
game. Thanks for playing. Okay,
You
good
wouldn't
job.
believe,
Simon says,
man.
Simon says, stop
Yes,
jumping.
Well,
how the kids
actually,
do it.
Out of my game, out of my game,
actually,
out of my
we
game,
did.
out of my
I had
game,
my.
out
This is
of my
gonna
game.
make me
Simon
sound.
says,
So
put your
this is
hands
gonna.
down.
I had
You're
my
out.
typing
Simon says, put your
teacher
hands down. You're out. But wait,
at
Mhm.
the
we're gonna give
reunion,
Omar one
Yeah,
more
and
see?
chance.
he probably was still hitting on the
Omar, come on
girls,
back
which
quickly.
I
Omar, come
believe
on
he
back
did
quickly. Omar, come over here
while
quickly.
he
He's the
was.
dude who shows up to the high school reunion wearing cologne.
right.
Okay, we're down to the finals. Simon says, start shaking your hands. Simon says, put your hands down.
So,
Simon says,
yeah,
my two
yeah.
finalists, come over here
Remember that
quickly.
A I
Simon says, my
gave
two
you?
finalists, come over here quickly. Okay, Simon says, what's your name?
Derek.
Simon says, Garrett, come over here with me. Simon says, Garrett, stand right over here. Simon says, Garrett,
My
listen very
fingers are
carefully.
still
Simon says,
working.
You're not allowed to hesitate. Simon says, put your hands up in the air.
This
Simon says,
little
put your hands
Asian
down.
kid is
Simon
so
says, put your hands
afraid.
up in the air.
Eugene
Simon says,
is
put your
just
hands in your
afraid
head.
for
Put
his
your hands
life
in
right now.
Yeah.
He thinks there's a
Out of my game,
sniper in the
out of my game.
trees.
We're
You
down
know
to
what
one
he needs?
single
He needs
finalist.
Sentry to
Let's
come and
work
rescue
five.
him.
You're gonna win.
He grows up to be Sentry. This is
Yeah,
what
he's a
turned him into
arrested
Sentry
guy.
right
That's what I
here.
was gonna.
Simon says, what's your name?
Scott.
Simon says, you're not allowed to hesitate. Simon says, take one step forward. Simon says, good. Simon says, do not hesitate. Simon says, take a step back.
Simon says you're not allowed to
Simon says,
hesitate.
take a step
You're
back.
not allowed to
Take a
hesitate.
Want
step
to come
right.
again?
Simon says, now take a step to your left. That's your
You're
right.
not allowed
Out
to
of my
breathe.
game, out of my game, out of my game. How about a big hand for all our players?
Simon says, "Stop breathing."
I knew you'd win. Simon says, what's your name?
That one kid got it.
Eugene.
Ooh, he got you out. We'll go for second place. Simon says, Eugene, jump down over here. Good job. Simon
the
says,
game
Eugene,
not
I want you to
over
look at
yet?
the audience.
Touching the children. It's weird.
He's done this joke way
Simon says,
too
see a
many times.
chiropractor. Simon says, pick your hands up in the air.
He's probably on a
Simon says,
registry
shake your
somewhere.
hands. Simon says, stop shaking your hands. Put your hands down. Simon says, put your hands down. Let's hear it for Eugene, our second prize winner.
I would be terrified. I would be terrified if I was a child.
You do look like the type of person who would have to announce to everyone he moved to the neighborhood.
And you were terrific.
That was just a little break from all of the depressing.
Oh, he's Anthony
MCU.
Weiner.
Oh my God!
Yes.
I just realized I was like, he looks like somebody. That's Anthony Weiner.
It's got to be like his older brother or something like that.
Right?
There's no way.
That's before the laptop. That's where Uma found him.
Talk about wildly crazy kids.
What
Mhm.
Carlo? What was his
No
name?
wonder he was-
Carlos Danger. That
Yeah, it was Carlos
Yeah.
Danger. I guarantee you,
No
that's
wonder-
who was up there just now.
No
Carlos
wonder he was
Danger.
going. No wonder he was going after the blonde so much.
Right?
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
get to you later, honey.
Mhm.
You ever seen New York?
What's your,
You know,
what's your
before the
phone number?
days
I
of
want you
like
to text.
cell phones, you have to just take a Polaroid of his penis and send it to the girl.
Yeah. And just,
What's amazing is that he was
no,
married.
hold on a minute. Be ready. Wait a second. It's almost ready.
He was
It has
married
that white.
to
It has that
like
wipe. It has that
uh,
wipe because it didn't ink out all the way.
he was married to was it Hillary Clinton's assistant or one
Yes.
of her staffers.
Uma.
I'm honestly surprised that Hillary Clinton allegedly did not have him murdered. Allegedly, because we always, there's always.
Well, Rick,
yes.
8 out of the 10 investigators that viewed his laptop have committed suicide. So,
Oh my god.
he may not have to be suicided himself. Just
Man,
the people who would
a very
talk.
darker laptop for all of them
That-
to commit suicide,
But
right?
that's
Well,
that's-
Were they on the same server with Hunter Biden?
right. That sounds like a big deal, but when you consider that 5 cops decided to, Minecraft themselves over a couple of people walking through the Capitol this morning,
Can you imagine like how many like people 30 years ago who worked at like 1-hour photo booths had to like turn in Hillary Clinton's photos, pretend like they didn't see any of them as they're giving them back?
Vince Foster's just counting down the minutes.
That should, if it isn't already a movie, like that should be a movie. Like you're just a guy at the photo development place, and like it's been abandoned for years because fuck nobody does. But this one guy, he keeps bringing stuff, and he slips you like $100 every time. He says, "Don't look at the development. Just give me the film straight."
Yep.
Wasn't that like 1 hour photo with?
No, the 1 hour photo was when he became obsessed with this family. They kept getting their photos developed at Rite Aid, and he wanted to like fuck murder them or something.
Mhm.
It's like a documentary for Robin Williams.
Oh, that explains the hanging. Okay.
Right.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
I mean,
everything
Neon
is
Genesis
great.
doll.
Well, hey, look, you guys on our YouTube right now. I know we have a few of you guys here. We got Vanya joining us right now. RC Scott, Alex versus Evil.
They're in
Woodstock
shock.
Korean. Yeah, I know you guys are in total shock for what we're experiencing here tonight, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know now that we're gonna head over to our Rumble and our Twitch accounts so we can go ahead and watch this movie here. So if you're watching us on YouTube at the moment, there's the link to our Rumble account right now. Join us on Rumble, join us on Twitch. That's where you can watch the movie with us. Until then, we're gonna have a brief intermission. I got another little throwback for you guys here. You guys remember Wendy's, right?
I love
Yes.
Hmm?
Do you happen to remember when Wendy's had a bar?
Like a salad
No,
bar.
I'm not old enough for that.
A salad bar, but not a
Oh,
bar
is this a
bar.
training video?
Oh no, it's even worse. But of course, Rick would know. We're gonna bring back memories of Rick's childhood here. So we're gonna see you guys in a little bit here. Like I said, jump over to Rumble, jump over to Twitch, and for the rest of you guys, here's a video that you guys are absolutely going to love. So here we go.
Wendy's, where you get the best burgers in the business, introduces the new Super Bar, featuring salad by Selena.